Hey, Ode, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Um, where have you been training?
When or where?
Both, actually. Where do you
Oh,
train?
I've been training at Pura Vida MMA. It is right here in Milwaukee. I just started training. Actually, I lied. I didn't just start training. I've been training for a little while now. Because let's be real. The UFC is going on, and we,
Yeah.
we gotta stay prepared. So COVID, no COVID, whatever. We you know what I mean. I'm a professional athlete, so I got to make sure I'm training all the time. So I've been training for a little, probably like 2 months now. Um,
Okay.
3 times a day, sometimes four, but I typically right now I'm keeping it at three, just so I could have a balanced training session. I think going overboard sometimes is a little much. So,
Yeah. What have you been working on?
I've been working on wrestling with my wrestling coach Ben Tomes, striking with Solo, and jiu-jitsu with Jake and Zach. So pretty much trying to be well versed at everything. You know what I mean? So any spot or situation I end up in, I should be able to fight my way out or beat somebody who's weak at one of the martial arts like wrestling or jiu-jitsu or even striking.
Oh, great. What are some of the struggles that you've had within the sport?
Some of the struggles, definitely, I would say the fans, man. Everybody want to be a fighter until you get your blue check mark and some random person cussing you out on Instagram or
Yeah.
Twitter. The fans are brutal, man. They are ruthless. I definitely say you can ask any UFC fighter. The fans go in. They don't care who you are, what you represent. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
You could put up a picture with you and your daughter, and they'll be like, "Man, your daughter ugly." For real. Oh man, they don't
That's
care.
terrible. What challenges have you faced as a prospect in making it as a professional?
Ooh, that was like you couldn't give me like a prep. You couldn't have prepped me before you asked
I
my
did.
question
I
so I
said,
could
what were
think
your
about it.
struggles?
Man, challenges. Okay, all right, O'Day, come on. Oh,
You got to be
um,
prepared. You said you're in USC. You got to get ready for everything.
look, I am. I'm ready for it. Let's go. No, I would say challenges that I've faced being a prospect is just the hype, because everybody can say what they want, but sometimes a lot of the pressure of not of the unknown for me. My first UFC fight, I didn't know exactly what to expect, so the unknown was definitely challenging for me because it's not like you go to the UFC for your fight, you get there, you weigh in, and the next day you fight. It's like no, you go there and they give you a pamphlet of like pages of things to do, to sign, people you got to talk to, and you know what I mean. So um, that was a bit overwhelming, but it was cool. I'm not. It's not. You know what I mean. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But it kind of took me out of my element a little bit.
Yeah.
Zen. Like so, my focus. So I now I know going back. I know what everything's gonna be like. What I'm gonna have to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's gonna be cool.
Nice. How has fighting changed your life?
Fighting's changed my life in so many ways. I would say more than anything, it's changed how I've been able to work with the kids in my school because I've been able to apply discipline, motivation, and structure. The same fundamentals I use in fighting, I'm able to use with the kids at the school. I teach them a variation of discipline, right? Most people view discipline as someone that does something wrong and you punish them. That
Mhm.
shouldn't be what discipline is. Discipline, in my eyes, should be teaching somebody to do something that they don't want to do, but knowing they got to do it in order to be successful. That is discipline, and just pouring motivation and love into the kids and makes them want to work and make them want to drive even harder. And then the structure is just having them being fundamentally sound. So
Mhm.
those I've learned through fighting, all those through those three fundamentals I use with the kids. So yeah, that's how I've been able to
Awesome.
apply it.
How did you find a balance between being a fighter and just life in general?
Um, it's definitely difficult, you know. It's just one of those things that you have to check yourself a lot. What I mean is, you have to keep yourself honest. Um, when you go to the school, for me, it's like when I go to my job, which is in the school, and I get overwhelmed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can't take that overwhelmed. I can't take that and bring that into the gym. I have to leave it at the door. So what I can do is channel it when I'm hitting the bags or I'm hitting mitts or I'm wrestling. You know what I mean? And then it goes vice versa. When I'm in the gym and say I'm having a bad sparring day or a training day or me and my coach get into it or whatever, I can't take that into the school and use and put that up against the kids. So sometimes it'll happen where I'll get frustrated with them and I got to check myself. So I got to say, okay, why did I get frustrated? Was it because of something that happened at the gym? And if it was, I'll go and I'll apologize. I'll say, you know what? Hey, I know I snapped at y'all today. I'm sorry. Here's what happened. Because sometimes these kids want to hear you're sorry. You know what I mean? They want to know
Yeah.
why you did what you do. I said, dude. They want to know why you did what you did, or you know what I mean? Because they always, yeah, you're laughing at me. No, they always, um, they'll talk. They'll call you out on it. They'll call you
Yeah.
out. Oh, yesterday you were snapping. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I'm sorry. So yeah. Anyways, I'm diverting from the question. So yeah, that's how I find the balance between the two.
How long did it take you to find that balance?
It took me a while. It took me probably about 4 years. 4 years of
Oh.
fighting and 4 years of being in the school. Um, because it's taken a lot of, I'm going to use failure and learning in the same sentence. It's taken a lot of failure and learning to find the balance, because
Mhm.
when you do get frustrated and you do take it out on the kids, you don't realize it at first. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now when you finally realize it, the first step is actually realizing when you're frustrated and why you're frustrated. The second step is correcting. Okay, you're analyzing. Once you've analyzed, I'm frustrated in the gym or I'm frustrated at the school. How am I going to fix my frustration? Now, once you've analyzed it, then you can make those steps, those positive steps into actually fixing it and correcting it and becoming better at mastering your craft. So that's why I said 4 years, not, give and take,
Yeah.
maybe three. But now I think I'm a pro at it because I can compartmentalize.
Yeah. Has since you found your balance with that as an assistant teacher, have you found that to be a struggle with like the head teachers or anything like that, as far as you found your balance but they still haven't found it? Do you know what I mean? Do you find yourself?
Oh my gosh, yeah. My head teacher now, she's amazing, So not with her, she's actually taught me a lot, actually
Mm-hmm.
watching her and how she delegates and handles the students and stuff like that. She's a strong black woman from
Mm-hmm.
Alabama. She is just amazing at how she runs the show, and I learned a lot from her. But the teacher that I had in the past, oh my gosh, yeah. And I tell you, she was part of the reason why I was getting frustrated, because I watched her, and when
Mm-hmm.
she would get frustrated, she just go off on these kids, just completely go off, just go off. And then so I saw, like, when I was coming in my first year, I'm like, okay, I guess that's the way to do it. So then I started doing the same thing, monkey see, monkey do.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized after a while, like, nah, something didn't feel right with my spirit. So
Mm-hmm.
then I had to gear that in a different way, and the kids took it positively, and they started drawing to me, and they started. I started getting a more positive reaction when I started doing it that way. And sometimes when you start to do that, you'll get a little bit of envy from people,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't let that change what you do. You got to do what you do
Mm-hmm.
for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Just because somebody is jealous or envious of of what you're doing, and you're not doing it the exact way they're doing it. But as long as it's working, I figured out that that's all I need to do. As long as it's working for the kids and it's in the kids' best interest, that's what I need to do.
Now, with that, when you started your education career, when you went in, did the students know you were already a fighter, or did they learn after? So like, how did that take place so that they could really understand how you did what you did?
I didn't tell them for like 2 years. For the first 2 years, I didn't tell them at all because number one, I wanted them to, take to me because, oh, my computer screen died. Oh no, the lights, the extra light. I wanted them to take to me. I wanted them to take to me because I wanted them to see me and my true self, and not, oh man, Mr. O, he's cool because he fights. You know what I'm saying? Because that loses the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I wanted them to actually enjoy my presence because it's my presence and it's not Ode the fighter. You know what I'm saying? So once I built my foundational structure around them, then I introduced myself as Ode the fighter, and then they're like, "Oh my God, Mr. O, I didn't know this." And then
yeah, that's awesome. Have you considered what you would do after your fighting career? Like after you've decided, you know what, I want to retire. Have you decided what you want to do?
There's a lot right now. Me and my wrestling coach have a lot of things in the works. We want to open up. First of all, we want to open up so many different things because I think we think similarly.
Yeah.
And one of the things we want to do is start a business selling patties, actually, Jamaican patties.
Okay.
To like larger business, but not just patties. We're gonna have buy a building and start a business with hopefully many other different entities involved. But another thing we talked about as well is starting our own school, because the system, it sucks. I'm just gonna say it. The system sucks. Education system it sucks. I don't like it. I really don't like it because everything is so cookie cutter. You got this person up here that lives all the way out somewhere, and they make decisions about what these kids need, and they're not even in it. You know what I'm saying? They're not in it, and they have no idea what these kids need and who they are and how they operate. So they're making all these decisions based off of what? Off of test scores and off of predictions, off of YouTube, off of Google, off of TV. What kind of, you know what I'm saying? So we would love to create a school that teaches kids a lot of life values, because how many times you hear kids get out of school and they don't know what the hell to do with their life? A lot, right? A lot. So the goal would be having them ready. Whether that be, because if you talk to one of your friends that's highly successful, odds are they've been educated in their business long before they knew they were going to get into their business, right? Either a parent, a friend, but typically a parent, you know what I mean? So these kids don't have the same opportunity. They don't have that opportunity. As soon as they graduate high school, they don't have a parent that's going to hand something down and teach them how it works and the mechanics of it. So we would love to create something like that, with teaching young adults the mechanics of the world and how it actually operates, and math that they're actually going to use, like accounting and marketing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had those classes when I was in school. But that was way back, you know.
Yeah, right. Girl, way back. It was not that far back.
Like,
all
we
right?
can't even talk about it.
It was not that far back.
It was around like the dinosaur years, you know. But
they had to chisel the diploma.
Yes, exactly. and we got all advanced, so we're like, you know what, forget it. Now we just got technology.
I feel you.
But that's a great idea. Would you be doing like a school, or would it be like one of those like after school programs, or would it be a certain course?
We don't really know, but we're looking into what we're talking about. We're talking about an art school, so still having the requirements that we're gonna need met, but making it more an art school where the kids can do a lot of hands-on stuff like theater and maybe, you know what I mean, business, trading. That will be a good one for them to learn, you know, the values of trading and saving and, you know, all these interesting stuff that they need to survive in the world, because when they get out there, it's like, shit, when I got out there, I was like, I didn't know, sorry, I cussed. When I got out there, I was just like, what? No one, what's credit? What? No one taught me about this. Taxes? What? No one taught me about taxes. You know what I mean? I've said this reference plenty of times. One of my friends, now he's a stockbroker. His dad is an amazing stockbroker. So his dad was able to teach him the business and how it worked. And I'm sure he's going to be able to teach his kids the business and so on and so forth. Yeah. So, yeah, creating a system like that would be great for the kids.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Before we wrap it up, is there anything that you want to share with either the children that are coming up in school or the ones who want to start in the MMA career or anything like that?
I would just say to be true to yourself. You know, the one thing I've learned, especially right now with everything going on, is forget about what all the popular people are doing. When I say popular people, I mean the majority people. Because
not
in
you.
the end, I'm sorry?
Not you?
No, not me. Even me. Forget about that. Yeah, even me. Forget about that. Being true to yourself, because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And never let something of money or value dictate your dignity. Don't ever let your dignity go to waste, because when you leave this world, your dignity is all you have to take with you. The money's not going with you. The land isn't going with you. All these material values aren't going with you. The reason I say that is that, you know, with all this stuff going on, especially with this Black Lives Matter and racism and police brutality, I've lost so many people defending racism, and it's crazy to think, you know, that I've lost people defending racism. But I know it's definitely a slippery slope, especially with my career and my job. I try to keep the two at bay, because I'm trying to do what I do, but not also commit social suicide, because I know, you know. But at the same time, I gotta be true to myself, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And if that means I gotta, you know, make a couple sacrifices, that's what I have to do, because at the end of the day, I'm who is going to be in my corner, me. So that is my advice. Don't chase money. Don't chase values. Chase your passion and be true to yourself. And never let anybody tell you that what you believe in is wrong. Never. Because what you believe in is all you have, and use that to guide you, and that'll be your success. I would never be here ever talking to you right now if I wasn't true to myself, and I didn't when I dropped out of college, when people were telling me that I was stupid, if I just didn't listen and you know, not pursue my dreams as a professional fighter, I wouldn't be here right now. So that's my piece.
Thank you for your piece. We appreciate it. I'm glad that you were able to share that with us, because a lot of kids need to hear that, and also everybody else in the world needs to hear it. And I appreciate your time. And we hope to see you again in the cage. I don't even know which one's which.
It don't even matter. Either or. You can see me ring, cage, I don't know. Yeah, all of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. God bless you.
No problem. No problem.